How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Light It Up Sports Podcast. Today we have a huge guest on, obviously, 2024 Syracuse basketball commit, Donnie Freeman. This is one that I've been wanting to have on for a while. We're going to get to talk a lot about his senior year at IMG Academy. Obviously, he just wrapped up the McDonald's All-American experience, the practices, the game, and then obviously we're going to talk a lot about his incoming freshman year at Syracuse, what he's excited for, what he's most looking forward to, and stuff like that. But how's it going, Donnie?
Pretty good. How's everything?
I'm doing pretty well. Again, super excited to have you on the show. So, I just want to start off talking about IMG Academy. Obviously, that's where you decided to go for your senior year, and you transferred there before your senior year. So, looking back at your senior year with IMG Academy, how do you feel it has gotten you ready for stepping on campus at Syracuse and playing at the collegiate level?
Yeah, for me, I always want to I would compete against the best players for me. So coming here, being pushed in practice and being pushed by other high level people and being in high level coaching is the best thing for me to get prepared for the next level.
Yeah. And the McDonald's All Americans experience just wrapped up, the practices and the games. How was that experience for you all around, and how did it feel for you to be recognized on that All American list?
Yeah, that's just another thing, the same thing for me here, just another step there, just to compete against the best players in the country and just show that you belong.
Mhm. And watching you play in the McDonald's All-American game and seeing the clips from the practices, I feel like myself and most Syracuse fans haven't seen you shoot the ball like that from beyond the arc. And I feel like you put a lot of people on notice, like NBA scouts of the game and guys who are watching practice, and especially Syracuse basketball fans. But when people are watching you play, what are some aspects of your game that you feel are a bit more underrated, or that kind of just watching your highlights online or something people wouldn't notice about the way you play and your style of play?
Yeah, I feel like in highlights, you don't really get to see that. I feel like I'm a really good passer.
Mhm.
On the regular passes, I feel like that's a big part of my game and doing really good nerves. So then I only put that in highlights and film and stuff. That's
Yeah.
it more.
Mhm. And I touched on like your shot from behind the arc. Obviously, you hit a couple threes in the McDonald's All American game. We saw clips on Twitter and stuff of you practicing and shooting from outside. But throughout your high school career, how has the development been on your 3-point shot? Like, did it kind of just start coming into play more for you and like adapting into your game, or was that something you've kind of always had, but just haven't had the opportunity to show?
Yeah, as I got older, I got more confident with it. The closer I got to getting to college, the more pressure was put on me to be able to make shots and not get shots at the high level. So
Yeah.
I kind of worked on it the further I got in my high school career.
Mhm. And during your recruitment, I want to touch on Syracuse now. What separated Syracuse from your other offers you had? I know you went on a visit to Alabama. You had offers from like Texas, Iowa, and a bunch of other schools. But what really put Syracuse aside from those other schools?
For me, it was a genuine relationship I had with the coaching staff. A lot of coaches, they try to get you to, they try to tell you what you want to hear and try to do the best thing out of everybody. And Syracuse was like that. They tell you what you need to improve on, just trying to be real with you. And that's what it's like out of me. So it was a genuine relationship.
Yeah, and I know you touched on the coaching staff obviously being a huge part in your relationship with them, but kind of just going more in depth about your relationship with Coach Autry, obviously stepping into that head coaching role. And then I would assume Brendan Strawn played a big factor in your recruitment because he has a lot of ties to team takeover in the DMV area and stuff like that. But kind of just touch on your relationship currently with the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, me, I had a good relationship with B before he even got to Syracuse. Like, he was cool even before I even knew he was going to Syracuse. So, and when I found out he was doing that, I kind of found out a little bit earlier than everybody else did, but once I found out that he was doing it, it was like, they kind of pushed me along. And then, I had a genuine relationship with Red. I, I want to say before I even got my high school, honestly, because when I went to the elite camp, when I was in like eighth, ninth grade, I built a relationship with him. So even before he was head coach, we had a relationship. And then once I found out he was getting a job, excuse me, once I found out he was getting a job, they kind of was like, kind of did it for me.
Yeah, and talking to the coaching staff throughout your recruitment, and obviously now that you're already signed and committed to the school, what role do they expect you to play your freshman year with the Orange?
I wouldn't really say it's a particular role that just really want me to just come back, have a different impact winning to
Mhm.
get the culture back to where it belongs.
Mhm. And you're one of two incoming freshmen for the Syracuse Orange, obviously alongside fellow commit Elijah Moore. Have you gotten? I'm assuming you got the chance to talk to him, but kind of describe your relationship with him, only being two freshmen in the class, and like describe watching him play, and what you're looking forward to about playing alongside another young guy next year.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't talked as much, but we had a couple conversations. But seeing his film and knowing what he does best, knowing what he does best is kind of it's like playing with a high level shit is makes everything easier for you. When they open up the floor for you, gives you more space. Like you can like drive to his side and like they can't really help. There's much stuff like that. So playing with him like my game, like my game easier.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of things you're looking forward to finally getting to play at the collegiate level. But what are some things in particular that you're most looking forward to stepping on campus for your freshman year with the Orange?
I mean, for me, just to embracing the college experience and getting to take your game to like that next level and really trying to see how good you really are. Being a young guy on campus, like going in there and competing every day. Man. That's pretty exciting for me.
And what are some personal goals that you have set for yourself or have in mind for your freshman year? And then what are some team goals that you want to accomplish? Obviously, again, with your freshman year, being on a new team, new program, new teammates, just a whole new experience for you. What are some goals that you have set?
A personal goal, I want to get freshman of the year, assistant freshman of the year. Mm, I'm freshman of the week at times, but that's really only personal goal that's set really big. I had
Mm,
more team goals, honestly, that I wanted to win the conference, get over 20 wins, ultimately get a March Madness, make a run of March Madness.
mm.
And just doing stuff that they're used to seeing and trying to get back to the winning culture.
Yeah, definitely need that as a Syracuse fan. But obviously, a couple days ago, news released that Syracuse is bringing in Colorado big man Eddie Lampkin. I know you posted a little something about it. How can you guys, like, how can you see you guys fitting together on the court next year? Obviously, bringing a new guy that has college experience, a veteran like Eddie Lampkin, and then a younger guy like yourself.
Playing alongside him, he's experienced, so just kind of picking up some square based from him and kind of learning from him. But also like knowing having a guy like him down there, like well, having a guy like him down there would kind of make my job easy as well. Like he won't be down there like banging by himself. And neither will I. So knowing to have somebody down there they can fight for rebounds together and just trying to
Yeah.
get wins.
Yeah, I touched on that on my last video a little bit. I think a lot of people said the same thing that it's going to make your job easier. Obviously, we had problems, some struggles rebounding the ball. Obviously, Naheem went down with an injury. Malik Brown this season was forced to play an out of position role, being our five spot. So we definitely had some issues off rebounding on the offensive and defensive side of the floor. So I think bringing in a guy like Lampkin and obviously a talented freshman such as yourself, it's going to make it a lot easier for the both of you just to know that you guys have each other down there, like you said, fighting for rebounds and stuff like that. Are there any guys I have to ask, are there any guys in the portal that you have talked to or are working on kind of recruiting to Syracuse or stuff like that?
I mean, if y'all know, I told me and Malik are pretty close from Harvard, the first from Harvard, like we talked. Yeah, I mean, I love to play with him, but at the end of the day, I told him maybe this shit was best for you. Because our relationship is beyond basketball, but at the end of the day, I would love to play with Malik. And we won the conference championship last year. And I was a junior, he was a senior, so and when we was in the same area until we went to the championship, we got like knowing that we both have winning pedigree will help get Syracuse to the next level. But that's really the only guy that I have been accepted to the
Mhm. And obviously, you played on Team Takeover throughout your career with EYBL and some fellow other ACC commits, including Duke commit Darren Harris, who you also just played in the Chipotle Nationals a few days ago. What are you looking forward to most about playing against your former teammates at the next level, just a higher, more competitive level being the ACC?
Yeah, I mean, just competing on a bigger stage and playing for the bigger stage that we had before. Like, as the level goes up, like we just competing on a bigger stage and just competing for something bigger than ourselves.
Mhm. And obviously, the dates haven't been released for the schedule yet, but our opponents have. Are there any games on the schedule that you would have, say, like marked on your calendar? Any games or teams that
Duke,
you're really excited to play?
Duke, for
Duke.
sure.
Yeah.
When Duke's supposed to come to the dome. I'm be really excited for that game, especially the high excited period that they have. Like that's another opportunity. It'd be a fun game as well. So. And also like growing up about who will take the big, especially in the dome, the 35,000 seats. So that's what they're excited for.
And final question I have for you is overall on and off the court, what can Syracuse basketball fans expect to see for you, obviously coming in for your freshman year next season and stepping onto campus?
Yeah, for me, they just coming to just being hard work and kind of like being a sponge as well, kind of soaking up as much as I can. just getting as much information, as much knowledge as I can from people who've done it before, been there longer than me. And that's really good. Just kind of soaking everything up and just enjoying the moment.
Mhm. Well,
Which
Donnie, I
makes it
appreciate.
possible as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Donnie, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. It means a lot, especially from a Syracuse basketball fan like myself. I wish you luck. Obviously, in college, we'll be keeping tabs on you, stuff like that. Make sure you guys go check out all of his socials down below. They'll all be linked. But I appreciate you for coming on, man.
So thanks for having me.